TikTok, online radio live. Embrace life and love.
Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long.
Let's talk about our journey, learning its challenges and realities. Let's talk about goals and dreams, and realize together how colorful life can be. Let's talk about love and understand its nature. Let's talk about growth and share ways to cope. Let's talk about life and see the bigger picture. Let's talk about the world, learn fair knowledge and good judgment. Join us on TikTok, an online radio program, always live, at Facebook and YouTube.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, VJ Nicole, and welcome back to another episode. And guys, today, oh my gosh, kasama po natin isa sa mga kampon ni Mama Mary, talagang napakaganda, very beautiful and stunning and dashing, lahat ng maganda sa mundo na kanya na. Please, here beside me, welcome Bethany how do I say your last name?
Talbot.
Talbot. Yes.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Yes. Ang ganda mo. Speechless na ako. Well, anyways. Ate Beth, how is 2021 for you?
So far it's been pretty good actually. I mean it's kind of getting repetitive staying at home, but I'm making the most out of it. So yeah.
Yeah, you made the most out of it. Like what? Cooking?
Well, I just do my own. I love the fact that I have a lot of time for myself. So yeah, usually I use that to either work out or just entertain myself with new Netflix shows. So yeah.
Netflix shows. You look like from a Netflix show nga eh. You look like an artista. Where are you right now? Where are you right now?
So I'm living in Manila.
Oh.
Yeah.
Manila. So you're in Manila right now, your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyways, did you know that I researched a lot about you?
Okay.
We could be best friends na after this. Really, I researched a lot about you. And my first research actually is, you're a model.
Yeah.
What kind of model are you?
So I do catalog, prints, so yeah, mostly that.
Yeah, so ganun, pak, ganun. Well, yes. Later, I will teach you how to pose. Wow, ako pero
Okay. Yes.
Well, I want to know, what got you into modeling? How did it all start?
So I was always kind of interested in modeling, but it was difficult because in my high school didn't really allow stuff like that. So I waited until I was college, and I still didn't do it either because it was kind of hard to balance me being a freshman in college and being an athlete as well. So I waited a year out, and during the pandemic, that's when I actually really started because I had a lot of free time. So yeah, the opportunities just came to me, and so I just grabbed them, and that's how I started. Yeah.
What was your first how do I say it? Giga, what was your first photo shoot or modeling gig?
Actually, my first modeling gig was back in high school, so it was just a one-off thing. It was for Cream Silk.
Huh?
Yeah, so that was my first sort of modeling gig, and then so more so now during the pandemic.
Yes. So nga naman. Cream silk
Cream
girl.
Silk.
Yes. Okay. Well, syempre nga, I mentioned that you're going to teach me and I'm going to teach you some poses.
Yes.
Are you willing? Are you down?
Yes,
You have
yes.
space for some
Yes.
poses? Okay. So
Okay.
I will teach you how to pose because I think that you have the potential.
Okay.
You
Thank you.
feel like you could be a model, yeah? You could be a really great model with your
Thank
look
you.
and with your height. So, first model, hirap na ako dito, Lord. First modeling pose is sakit half, sakit bewang pose. So, that's just like that, the normal one. O, di ba? Nakapantalon. Okay. So, we're just gonna do that and then back. Okay. You try to
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Down. Okay, go. One, two, three, go. Ouch. Okay, next. Sige, you can sit down na after this. Okay, next. Next
Love
pose
it.
is wisdom tooth pose. So, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that lang. Kasi sakit yung wisdom tooth. You're gonna do it. Ready?
Okay, I see.
1, 2, 3, go. Wisdom tooth pose. May pinaglalaban siya, guys.
Love it.
Okay. Meron pa. Next naman is,
Okay.
of course, with all the stress that is happening, sakit ulo pose. So, it's just like that.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, ikaw na bahala na. 1, 2, 3, go. Sakit ulo pose. Ganda. Nakakaiyak.
Beauty queen. Okay.
Yes. Last two.
Okay.
Next, sakit shoulders pose. Shoulders mo ganon. O elbows pose.
What?
Exercise lang.
Stretching.
Yeah, stretching lang. Stretching pose. So, 1, 2,
Okay.
3, go. Oh, yes! Ang ganda. Nga naman. Okay, last na is sakit leeg pose. So, ganun lang.
Alright.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Ewan ko na lang.
Galing ng teacher ko.
Pag ikaw hindi ka pa nakuha sa mga bench of EMS, pag ikaw hindi ka pa nakuha sa mga modeling agency dyan, hindi ko na alam.
Kasalanan mo.
Kasalanan mo. Ako pa talagang may kasalanan. Ayun na nga, since model ka, meron kami mga secret na gustong malaman, Ate Beth.
Okay.
Ano pa mga secret sa modeling na hindi alam ng tao? When you're in...
Actually, one of the biggest things is when you think of modeling, it sounds so glamorous, right? Like, wow, modeling. But it's actually really tiring. So, obviously it was sort of a dream of mine to eventually model. But I really didn't realize that it wasn't just all that. It wasn't all like a glamorous thing. So yeah, when I started, I saw how much work there is into modeling. It's super tiring. It can last a whole day, changing from outfits to outfits. So yeah, you may see these photos. They look nice, so glamorous, but it is actually a pretty tiring job. So yeah.
It entails a lot of hard work.
Yes, it does. and just keeping up with your appearance as well. So a lot of self-care and all that. So yeah.
Yes. Ayan, mamaya pag-uusapan natin. Well, kanina, nakailang beses ako sinabi ko nga sa'yo, you're so beautiful. With the amount of people telling you that you're beautiful, aren't you tired of it?
No, I appreciate every compliment and comment that I get. So yeah, I always appreciate them.
When you get that kind of comment, what's your initial reaction?
I still always get shy when people compliment me. So yeah, yeah, usually just a thank you, but a very shy thank you.
Thank you. Ganun ba? Parang, thank you. Salamat. Ganon! Ganda naman.
Oo, nakaka-shy.
Parang kapag ako yung nagsabi nun, maiinis yung tao, babawiin yung you're beautiful, man. Kasi your beauty talaga, parang ang hirap mong saktan. Parang ang hirap mong sabihan ng masamang salita.
Grabe naman.
Ganun yung ganda mo, ate. Talagang na tayo up here. Okay, friend na ako. So, eto naman, since modeling,
Yeah.
you're out there, what's the most memorable modeling experience you've had?
I mean, there have been a few, but I think the number one was when I had this whole day shoot, and I had to change into outfits every 3 minutes. So there were just so many outfits. It's an enjoyable experience, being able to be in front of the camera, but having to change repetitively was so tiring. But it really gave me that perspective that it is such a fun experience, but at the same time, yun nga, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So yeah.
Ayun. Gusto mo yung extreme na nangyayari. Mabilis. Everything's happening so fast. Huh?
Yeah.
Gusto ko rin na-try yun. Ano kaya? Anyway. So, okay. Ito naman, syempre, ang dami nagko-compliment sa'yo. What's the most unforgettable compliment naman that you've ever received?
Actually, it was a comment that was a few comments on a TikTok that I had. So I made a video on basically, alam mo yung filter na it shows the face of if you put a picture. So yung parang trend na like who you look like, ganon.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then kasi people always say, oh, you look like this person, you look like this person, which is nice naman kasi they compare me to, beautiful people. But a few comments that I saw in the video that, really got to me was people who were like, oh, your beauty is uniquely yours. So parang ang nice kasi, I mean, I like naman na they compare me to beautiful people, but it's nice if someone says na your beauty is uniquely yours. So I think those types of compliments really, really stick to me. Yeah.
Okay, uniquely yours.
Yeah.
Pero of course, marami nagtatanong, how to be you po? How do you answer that? How do you answer, how to be you po, ate?
Wala. Syempre, I get shy din, but I guess if I had to answer seriously, I would say, wala, just honestly, I think the most important thing, which is super cliche though, is literally to just be yourself. Kasi nga, there's no one else like you. So when you do, just, show who you are, like just yourself, then I think that's when people will start to really appreciate you. Once you start to appreciate yourself. So, yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But of course, sabi ko nga sa'yo na nasa'yo na nga ang lahat. You being a model, halos sa'yo, nasa'yo na lahat. With you being a model, you're also a very sporty person.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Since I also know that you play football.
Yeah.
Since when did you start playing football?
So I played football ever since I was little, around 6 or 7 years old. My whole family plays football because my dad used to play professionally. So, he eventually introduced it to my older brother, and watching him play football made me want to start to play as well. So, yeah, I played ever since I was 6 years old. So, yeah.
Was your dad's influence to you?
Yeah.
It was because of your dad. Okay.
Yeah.
But your shirt, I don't know what's it called. Your jersey number ba yun?
Yes.
8 or 9. Does that
Yes, 8 or
signify
9.
something?
Yes. Eight.
Di ba galing
Eight
ko?
was is my brother's favorite number. Tas wala, idol ko siya eh. So, sinusundan ko lang. Tapos, yung 9 naman, so in college, so growing up, my number was always 4 or 8. Because 4 is my favorite number. Tapos, yung 8, wala, sinusundan ko nga brother ko. Tapos, in college, wala, taken yung 4 and 8. So, I got 9 because 9 is my dad's favorite number naman. So, yeah. Sinusundan ko lang yung favorite number ng iba.
Idol mo talaga yung higher up sa'yo.
Yeah.
Grabe. Well, bukod sa football, ate, what other sports do you play?
So growing up, I tried volleyball for a while. I tried taekwondo-ish. But yeah, I really didn't enjoy them as much as I enjoyed football. So all my efforts went into football talaga because that's the only sport that I like truly enjoyed.
Football, volleyball. Parang nga ikaw yung pwede kang i-cast. Well, yung parang binubuli na hindi ka naman marunong, tapos biglang marunong ka.
Oo.
Aliw. Ito pa. By the way, happy birthday to Tito Anto, your coach, right?
Yes, it's Coach Anto's birthday today.
Yes, he's my Tito. Hi, Tito Anto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Later, let's talk about him.
Yeah.
Well, ayun nga. Siyempre, coach mo si Tito Anto. Matutuwa yun kapag tatanungin ko sa'yo, ano yung important, of course, bilang isang coach, hindi lang yun sa game, well, also sa life. Ano yung naturo sa'yo ni Tito Anto about learning about
Grabe. Honestly, Coach Anto has like the best advice always. So, if I had to choose one, feeling ko it's just self-discipline talaga, even when no one's watching. Kasi, sometimes you give your best only when people are looking, when people notice you. But he always tells us that, it always starts with yourself and pushing yourself despite no one seeing it or, behind closed doors. So actually that makes it more motivating na if you put that in mind compared to, wanting other people to see you thriving. So just seeing yourself thriving. So yeah, I think that's the best sort of lesson that Coach Anto gave us. For me.
wow, discipline when no one's
Yeah.
watching. Tito Anto, paiyak ka na dyan. Alam ko. Paiyak na siya, sabi niya, grabe, student ko yan. Galing. Self-discipline when no one's watching. I like that. Gagamitin ko. Self-discipline when no one's watching. I like that. Well, ayun nga. With you being sporty, you are a gym rat. Ever since when did you start doing gym?
Actually, nung quarantine lang din. Kasi I would always just do home workouts. Kasi, I don't know, the gym intimidated me. Like, being around, working out around random people. Kasi sanay lang ako, like, with teammates, ganon. Pero nung pandemic, me and my brother were like, tara, like, let's try to go to the gym, to get out of the house then. So yeah, I pushed myself to start going to the gym na talaga instead of just home workouts. And actually, I totally prefer it now kasi nakaka-motivate din. So, ayun. Yeah, I enjoy going to the gym na din. Sadly, not now kasi nga of the new quarantine rules. But, as things get better eventually, I'll get back to it.
Home workout talaga nga. And then, quarantine talaga. May
I know.
Well, okay. Well, of course, sa gym, meron yung music. Ate. What's your top 5 music when you're going to the gym?
Top 5 music. Usually, actually, I don't I don't usually listen to music in the gym, which is weird because I like listening to the sound around me. So I like hearing other people work out. I like hearing the
Ay,
machine.
sound pala yun? Really?
Yeah, wala lang, like the background noise. It comforts me. So I actually don't listen to music while working out.
Okay. So, wala kang top 5. Wala kang top 5.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Meron pa lang ganon?
Yeah,
Talaga?
I don't know. It's weird. Like, ako din, because I tried. I was like, parang ang nice mag-listen sa music while working out. Pero, like, ewan ko, I like it better when I hear what's going on around me. Parang ang comforting kasi. So, ayun, I don't. Fun fact, I guess, I don't listen
Ayan,
to
fun
music in
fact,
the gym.
he doesn't listen to music while in the gym. So, masaya ka pala siguro kasama ate sa gym. Pwede kang kausapin.
Yeah, like me and my brother, like we talk. He gets annoyed nga because I always, talk to him while he's working out, and then he'll tell me, "Stop disturbing me." So I'm like, I just want to talk. So, yeah.
Masaya ka pala maging friend. Gusto ko maging friend ka. Mag-late talks tayo. Late na
Well,
life.
sure.
Ang saya. Aliw. Gusto ko ng ganyang friend. Talkative like me. Well, speaking of language and talking, you also know how to talk in Ilonggo.
Yes.
Tama ba yung Ilonggo?
Ilonggo, yeah, because I grew up in Bacolod. I lived there for 8 years before I moved here in Manila. Kaya, yeah.
So, ayun na nga. Can you teach us some Ilonggo words? Because
Some
I've
Ilonggo
been
words.
yes, I've been dying to learn,
Sige.
Okay, go.
Palangga.
Palangga is love ba yun?
Love, yeah.
Love. Palangga is love. Palangga.
Yeah, palangga. Usually on my TikTok, I make those videos asking my sister words. So I use kind of weird words like muson,
Muson, what's that?
poop.
Ano? Medyo, ikaw, siguro yung maginoo, pero bastos, ikaw yung version na pambabae. De, joke lang. Joke lang. Palangga, and ano yung po again? I'm sorry.
Muson.
Muson?
Yeah, muson.
Muson.
Yeah.
Okay. Palangga, muson.
So random.
More. Go.
Okay, next word. Laway.
Laway. What is
Laway
that?
means ugly.
Ay! Talagang, alam mo, Miss Bethany, nakakapanakit ka na talaga. Porket maganda ka, yan yung mga sinabi.
No, because these are words that I always use with my sister. Wala lang, just to, joke around with her because she doesn't understand Ilonggo. So, ayun, I always just use these words. These parang insult siguro na hindi niya naman maintindihan. So,
Okay na siguro, baka iba pa masabi ni Miss Bethany. Tama na, enough na guys.
enough na.
Tutulan ako ng spot. Okay na yun. That's more than enough. Well, we have 2 photos. Well, 2 lang kasi nakuha namin siya.
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell us more about
Okay.
this one?
Aww. So, this picture was taken in 2019. So obviously pre-pandemic, and it was, it was a game in, where is it? La Salle. I forgot na.
Where was
La
that?
Salle is it? Yung malayong La Salle, yung Canlubang, yes,
Yeah.
nasa Canlubang. Yeah, so they have such a beautiful field.
Yes.
And it was really early in the morning. No, barely anyone was there yet. And yeah, so my sister came to watch my game. And ayun, I decided to take pictures lang kasi they have such a beautiful field talaga.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
yeah.
That's their oval, right?
yes, yeah.
Beautiful field and beautiful people also there. Yes. Wala science. Akala ko nga
Yeah.
sa Brent yan eh. Pero
No, yeah.
iba siya.
Mm-mm.
For our next photo, this is our last photo.
Okay.
Can you tell us
Uh,
about this?
so, actually, that was during a prom night. So it wasn't my prom, it wasn't her prom. So that's with my best friend, Yana.
Mhm.
So I was already in college now, actually, and so our friends from LaSalle, they were still grade 11, grade 12, and they asked us both to go to their prom with them. And voila, to be able to go to prom with her was such a fun experience talaga. So yeah, that night was very 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 memorable. Yeah.
Well, how did you guys meet?
Oh my gosh. What a character she is. So Mika said I'm a very shy person. So from moving from Bacolod to Manila, syempre I was so anxious, so shy, and we met during my first training for my high school. So yun, I went to the training and she was the first person who approached me. Cause yun nga, she's such a big character. So she went to me. She was like, cause she knew my dad already. She knew my dad and my brother, and she called my dad by his first name. She was like, "Hi, are you Peter's daughter?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm Peter's daughter." So yeah, that's how we met. Basically, she approached me with her big character, and yeah, she instantly made me feel so comfortable um being in that team. So yeah, that's how we met.
What's a memory naman? Okay, let's dive in. Let's dive in. What's a
Okay.
memory that you wouldn't forget about her?
Wow, just one.
Yeah,
No,
you could elaborate
okay.
if you would want to.
Actually, I think the most memorable times I've had with her are our spontaneous dinner nights together. So she lived in Katipunan and I lived quite near din Katipunan. So she would just call me randomly. I'd be at home, probably doing homework, and she just call me, "Beth, let's eat." And yeah, I'd always be down. So yeah, we'd have just random dinner dates in Katipunan. So I feel like those were the most memorable memories with her. Our spontaneous nights together.
Oh, spontaneous nights,
Yeah.
yes. Oh. What else? Meron pa ba? Baka meron pa. Gusto mo i-share?
Um yeah, when we'd go on football trips together because we have a lot of, you know, we had a lot of out of town trips for football. Out of the country then out of town. And whenever we'd be roommates, nako, ang gulo-gulo niya. You know, she'll never let you sleep kasi she loves talking, she loves having a good conversation. So we just, you know, lie down in bed and talk about literally anything. And yun, it you know, I always just felt so comfortable sharing anything and everything with her. So yeah, those were honestly super memorable too. Just lying down in bed on our football trips and yeah, just talking about anything.
Yes. But of course, let's be a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm quite curious kasi ate. When the
Yeah.
sudden news came to you, how did you feel? How did you handle it? How did you react to it?
That was, yeah, probably the worst feeling I ever experienced. I was in shock. Something a shock that I never felt before.
Mhm.
So I actually it was really weird how I found out. Kasi you know, I was just in my room doing my thing, using my phone. Tapos someone kept calling me na random number. And I don't answer random numbers kasi. Tapos, like 30 minutes later, I opened my Twitter, my private Twitter. So, you know, super close friends lang. And I saw my friends saying, tweeting things like, oh no, this isn't real. Like I miss her, and stuff like that. And my some like I was already thinking of really bad scenarios of what happened, but I never thought of, of that. And so I was already, shaking, like sort of just thinking of the worst case scenario. So I messaged my friend, and she instantly called me, and that's how I received the news. And yeah, it was a shock that is that I never experienced before. So it was sort of an in denial kind of shock. Yeah, very much just not believing it, even as, she was explaining it to me, telling me what happened. And after a few minutes, I had to end the call. And I just broke down. And yeah, the worst feeling you could possibly have. So yeah.
Mhm. Were there any realizations as you were going through it?
Too many. Too many realizations. Even more so the fact that it was during a pandemic where we had to stay at home, which meant that I had a lot of free alone time, a lot of self-reflection. And there is definitely a lot of realizations that I had, but probably the most important one is how unpredictable life is. You just never know what's going to happen next. And as much as we have routines in life, and we have these goals and a path that we think we might follow, or what might happen, you just never know. You just really never know. Because, just thinking about how me and Yana had all these plans together, so many plans together, short-term plans. Literally during the pandemic, we were like, I hope when it's over, at the time we think it would be over in 2 months, we were like, oh, let's go shopping here and let's go shopping there. From short-term plans like that to long-term, experiencing college together, traveling together. It's just crazy how unpredictable life is, and anything can happen in a blink of an eye, and everything will change. And so my realization is, you just always have to be ready for things like this. You can't, be fixated that, oh, this will happen. You always have to be ready for, challenges that may come, hard comings. And yeah, it made me appreciate also every little thing that, instead of looking at things ahead, appreciate what you're experiencing at the moment, to always be present in the moment, because you just really never know what's gonna happen. So that was the biggest thing talaga that, caught me off guard nga, kasi things can be very, very, very unpredictable. So yeah.
That's actually right. I completely agree that, life is unpredictable. You have
Yeah.
to appreciate the most little things, even the
Yeah.
stars at this, di ba? The stars
Yes.
at night, being alive, being able to
Mhm.
breathe. And
Yeah.
important yun, being present.
Yeah.
Because being present makes us think of the future more. Being present, it's also being in the past, because we're making it. We're making
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
That's right. I like that. But of course, another question naman. How did she leave an impact in your life?
Hmm. She, wow, she definitely made a huge impact. One of the things she'd always tell me was, just don't care about what other people think. Because I remember I'd always rant to her about me being affected by what other people were saying, because I know she's the type to not care. So, I'd ask her, how do I handle this? And she'd always just tell me, just do your thing. Just don't care about what other people think, because they don't know you. And she just always reassure me, I know you. And that, that's what matters, is those who are close to you know you. You know yourself. And that's all that matters. Random people saying these things, they don't know you. Like, don't let it affect you. And, her saying that to me was amazing, because I would see her live by that as well. Literally, that is how she lived her life, was doing things that she would enjoy and not caring about what other people would think. And, that was another realization after what happened, was I just really wanted to live a life like that. She lived her life to the fullest because of that. Because she would do things that she enjoyed, that made her happy. Obviously, without hurting other people, without hurting herself, just doing things that she enjoyed. And that is how I definitely want to live my life. The same way she did, the exact same way she did. Just not caring about what other people say, what other people think, and just doing you. So that's definitely how she impacted my life.
Yeah. Right now, actually, she already made an impact in my
Yeah.
life through you. So I'm getting goosebumps. I
Yeah.
really want to tell you, kanina, while you were speaking, I was smelling flowers. Really, I was smelling flowers. And oh my gosh, I agree to what you said, that you should really live the life to the fullest, because
Yeah.
life is unpredictable. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that to us. Thank you for being
You're
genuine
welcome.
to
Yeah.
us. Really,
No problem.
ang ganda na, matalino pa, mabait pa. Lord, okay ka na dito. Yes,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Well, before we play a game, here's a last question. What's a good coping tip that you could impart to our viewers and to the viewers? Yes.
Honestly, it's just to feel. At first, there's a lot of in denial, but I realized it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry 5 nights in a row. It's okay. It's okay. And every time I'd cry, it would feel really good after, actually, because while crying, I would think of a lot of things, and a lot of self realizations. I'd always self reflect while crying, and as much as it seems like a chore to cry and such a bad thing, it really isn't, because it's okay to feel to feel that way as well. So yeah, I think more so just to not be in denial when things like this happen, um and to also remember that there's always people that will be there for you. That's what I really saw when this happened, that I had such a good support system. So I had my family, I had my friends, and there's always people there that you can talk to, whatever makes you feel better. So there were definitely times where I needed to share things, I needed to let things out. And there were times where I just want to be alone and I just wanted to feel things alone. So I think it's being self-aware then of your needs. So yeah, reflect. What do you think you need most at that time? Do you need to speak out? Do you need someone to hear what you feel? Do you need advice? Or do you just need to be alone? Just cry alone. Just you and your thoughts. So I think yun, uh, I feel that's a good tip. Yun nga, be self-aware of your needs at the time. So yeah.
That's true. Being able to know, I agree to that again once more. Being
Yeah.
able to know, being able to reflect, and being able to want to know what you're feeling makes you smart.
Yeah.
It makes you understand yourself more. It
Yeah.
makes you love yourself more. I agree to that. Best friends na tayo, Ate Vicky.
Best friends.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Best friends na tayo. Thank you, Miss Yana, for introducing me to her.
Yes.
It's you. It's you. Thank you for bringing me to her. Really, I
Yeah.
appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
And I bet she's in a good place now. Well,
Definitely.
before we play our game, of course, with that very big and very inspiring, meron din tayong mga makakasamang inspiring men through pictures. But before that, let's say our kasabihan first na beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself.
Love that.
Sakto sinabi niya.
Yeah, what I...
It's really meant to be.
Mhm.
We're meant to be. Wow, we're meant Okay. Here is our game. This game is called JTJU. Basically, it's jojowain, totropahin, jojombagen, o uutangan. So, either of the four, pipili ka ng kung ano man ang gusto mong gawin sa kanila. For our first one, we have Piolo Pascual.
Jojowain.
Aasawahin na yan.
Aasawahin.
Yes. Bakit mo siya asawahin? What's something that you like about him? O, explain mo na rin, ate.
Well, to state the obvious, he's, very good looking. I don't know much about him, but I've heard things, and apparently he's very, very humble, very down to earth. So I guess aside from his looks, it would be that.
Yes, okay. Being humble. Next is Sian Lim.
Ano ulit yung choices?
Jojowain, totropahin, jojombagen, o utangan.
Feeling ko tropa. He's not really my type. And I don't know much about him either, so personality-wise. So, he'd seem like a good friend, tropa.
I suggest utangan mo siya kasi mayaman
Ay,
yan.
totoo. Okay.
Liam.
Utangan.
Okay. Next, Joshua Garcia. Oh my God.
Actually, parang super bait niya din. Pwede jojowain.
Ikaw ang sumalo sa pangkukulang. Ay, hindi ka na sasabihin. Ikaw na ang sumalo. Maganda ka naman. Kamukha mo naman yung isa dyan. Di ba? Okay lang yun. Okay. Okay. Next. Si Jericho Rosales.
Aasawahin.
Aagawin natin sa asawa niya. Pakikuha na yung garbage bag.
I actually saw him once in UPTC, and wala, like, super, super good looking. And yeah, I love how he's like athletic then, so jojowain.
I'm pretty sure sa kanya, sa ganda mong yan, ate.
Grabe.
Parang, you're actually a head turner. Oh, gano'n, no?
What?
Diba? Next. Paolo Avellino.
Nako, lahat na lang jojowain ko. Jojowain ko din. He seems super nice. Like, parang ang mysterious na niya din.
Gusto mo mga mysterious?
Slight. Depende kung ano yung tinatago.
I love
pero
you.
para siyang mabait. So, jojowain.
Yes. Yung mukhang bad boy.
Oo.
In high school. Next. Ito, si Sammy B. Nakikita ba?
Yeah. Grabe lahat na ng jojowain.
Ano nangyari? Ayan, sorry. Ayan.
Jojowain
okay na
din.
ba ako? Ayan na, sorry. Mawawalan si Catriona. I like the way skirt. Okay, next. Si, anong pangalan niya? Kalimutan ko yung pangalan niya. Richard Gutierrez.
Uutangan.
Oh, mayaman.
Parang super yaman.
Jujombalin natin yan kasi ang gagwapo ng mga anak niya. Jujombalin natin yung mga anak niya. Okay, next. Ay! Parang masarap siyang jombalin. Di ba?
Pwede.
Ikaw, anong gagawin mo, ate? Go.
Parang ano din, uutangan.
Utangan mo sila ni Judah.
Dami niyang na from probinsyano.
Oo nga eh.
Kaya,
Marami nang nauna sa kanya.
Oo,
Yung mga yung mga lady niya, baka kung ano isipin mo sa sinabi ko sa nauna. Ito na next. Gerald Anderson.
Ay.
May choices ka, jojombagin, tutropahin, jojowain, or utangan.
Uutangan din para may savings na tayo.
Oo nga, shortkin sa Zambales.
Ang dami ko ng ginawa, kaya utang naman tayo.
May choices ka pa mang jombag para ano. Okay. Next, meron pa. Alden.
Ano ba?
Mayaman yun.
Kaya nga, no?
May experience na.
Nagsasave up na.
Of course, sa dami mong utangan, actually hindi mo na kailangan magbayad, ate.
Kaya nga.
Hindi mo kailangan magbayad. Ito lang pambayad mo. Okay, ito pa. Ian Veneracion.
Ay, jojowain.
Ako rin, appear tayo. Diba? Next, meron pa yan. James Reid.
Jojowain.
Ay, talaga?
Oo.
Kabahan na sinagin sa'yo kasi talagang grabe, kabahan na sila sa'yo, ate. Next.
Grabe.
Ano ba to? Bakit ba siya nandiyan? Dennis Trillo.
Hindi ko siya kilala. Kaya,
Jujomba din.
sige. Oo.
Jujomba din natin.
Hindi ko siya kilala.
Okay, ito pa si Enrique Hill.
Jojowain na din.
Oo, bagay kayo. Ate, tingnan mo, bagay kayo para kang si Liza.
Wow! Grabe.
Tapos ako, sino ako? Wala lang. Ito. Sino ba yan? Si Alja Brenica pala yan. Kilala mo ba siya, ate?
Hindi ko nakikita yung face.
Ay, wala.
Wala.
Ulitin natin. Ayan.
Ayun! Gwapo siya, pero hindi ko alam.
Aljur.
Sige, jojowain na lang din natin.
May anak na yan! Dalawa! Ito. Si Daniel.
Jojowain.
Oh. Kinakabahan ako para kay Catherine talaga.
Grabe.
Medyo na-miss Katrina, pero kinakabahan po ako para sa'yo. Next, marami pa eh. Okay, si Dingdong Dantes.
Jojowain din.
Para kang si Zia. Dan. Okay, next. Sino ba yan? Si Derek Ramsey.
Jojowa. Lahat
Talaga?
jojowa.
Naku,
Jojowain ko na lang din.
si Ellen Adarna.
Nagko-collect ng
Si
jowa.
Tom Rodriguez. Taga 7 nata siya.
Hindi ko din masyado
Okay, huwag na natin siyang anuhin. Wala. Ito, excited ako dito, ate. Si
Ay, si John Lloyd. Parang ang nice din jowain.
Ito, pretty sure. Jojoa. Ewan ko ba. Si Zac Efron. Try.
Aasawahin. Please.
Okay. Ito! Chris Evans!
Oh my God!
Babae tayo.
Sorry.
Talagang Pilipino.
Aasawahin ko si Chris. Oh my gosh.
Ako, kikidnapin ko yan.
Kidnapin pa.
Ako rin. Kikidnapin ko yan.
Kahit ayaw niya, aasawahin.
Oo. Si Aquaman.
Ay, oo, aasawahin ko din.
Parang bagay siyang bouncer. Joke lang. Bagay
Mukha siyang bouncer.
Bagay siyang bouncer. Bagay siyang mang ganon. What you doing
No.
with my girl, no?
Wow.
Ito si Chris Hemsworth.
Oh my God. Siya,
Isa po,
favorite ko siya. Like, siya yung, oh my gosh. Aasawahin ko siya.
kikidnapin muna natin.
Kikidnapin ko.
Oo,
Oh my
kikidnapin natin.
gosh.
Mag-execute na tayo ng plano natin kung paano natin siya makuha.
Sige, message tayo later sa plan.
Yes. Ito, si The Rock. Sino ba ito?
The Rock. Parang gusto ko din siya jowain.
Ikaw na, girl! Ate, ikaw na talaga. Oh, yan na yung last natin na ano.
Dami kong ginawa.
Oo nga. Naku. Like, parang gumawa ka na ng basketball team sa
Parang football team na nga eh.
basketball team na nga yung ginawa.
Sa sobrang dami.
Okay, meron nagpapa-shoutout si Katrina Enriquez. Ayun. Sa'yo, ate yan. Sa'yo yan.
Para, okay. Hi, Katrina Enriquez.
Yes. You give me Lucy Torres vibes. Mag-comment kayo,
Aw.
guys. Yes, si Rans po.
Cindy.
Si Ate Lilith Plazo.
Wow, Los Baños.
Layo ah!
Oo nga.
Napuntahan niya. Akala ko, nakapunta ka sa Rizal. Bakit nasa Rizal ngayon? Well, ito, here, hi Lola! My grandmother.
Oh,
From
hello
Perth.
po.
So Lola, meron na tayong invite dito sa bahay natin. Well, anyways, it was a very fun game with you and a very inspirational night with you. Would you want to invite your followers to follow you?
Yes, guys. So you guys can follow me on IG, Bethany.Talbot, and on TikTok, the same, Bethany.Talbot. So yeah.
Yes. Also follow Musika Milenio on IG and Twitter. And next week, by the way, it's our first year anniversary. We're so happy that you're part of our first year. Later, let's talk because may i-request ako, Char. Anyways, let's have a quick photo lang before we
Okay.
end. 1, 2, 3, go! Ang ganda nga, nakakagigil ka. Ay, sama naman natin yung technical director natin for our last episode for the first year. Okay, para mag-picture. Ayan, si Tito. Hi, Tito. Let's have a quick photo lang. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Thank you so much, technical director, for joining us. And Ate Bethany Talbot. So,
Yes.
Talbot, thank you so much for joining us. You're such a great person with a great face and a great heart.
Thank you.
I hope that you could be part of our first year anniversary next week. Well, it's been a great ride with all of you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Time. I love you na talaga, best friends tayo. Bye, guys!
Bye, guys.
Tonight we're running on the right track.